Hello, everybody. Good morning. Rose Thorn here, doing a react to Foodie Beauty's live stream comments for her live stream called Hot Dog Mukbang. Now, this live stream was very, very short by Foodie Beauty standards. It was only 15 minutes and 25 seconds, but the entire live stream consisted of her being on camera, eating very unattractively, grossly, with her mouth open, stuffing her face full of hot dogs. And I looked the entire live stream for anything react worthy and looking for spots where she wasn't chewing with her mouth open and eating all kinds of gross, and just couldn't find any spots where I could spare you guys the agony of seeing her eating like that. So today for this react, I'm going to focus on the comments section, and that way you guys don't have to see her eating in that way. But before we get into reacting to the comments that people left, let me just do this. Okay? I want to show you guys something. So last night was a very busy night for Foodie Beauty, because on top of doing all the multi-streams back to back, she was also in Natter's chat, and she was making some very interesting comments. As everyone knows, she said that she and Natter are seeing each other. They're working things out. In last night's react, she said that they're moving past their issues, and as she said, they're rebuilding everything, which I think is ridiculous because she's been trying to get at this man for several months and it hasn't worked. But she was in his chat last night, making all kinds of comments. Let me show you what the comments were. So here she is in his chat, and she made this really weird, kind of odd, gross comment saying, "Yes, just friends, but Natter is hot and I love to smell his head." Okay. I've never heard anybody give a compliment like that. I love to smell his head. I didn't know that Natter's head smelled attractive to her. And she also said goodbye to Dee Dee. So I guess she and Dee Dee are good now? Yeah, weird. Oh, Lord. So that was one of the screenshots. And here she is going on to his chat and saying to him, "I love you. Will you marry me?" So here's Foodie Beauty. She wants this romantic relationship with Natter. And she's going to him, and she's so thirsty for him that she's saying to him, "I love you, and will you marry me?" She's proposing to him. I guess because she knows he will never propose to her. Now, I'm of two minds with this whole thing, y'all. I am at a crossroads with this because I'm not sure right now which is true. One side of me is saying that all this crap that's being said, it's for attention for them both, for their channels. You know, the views are lagging on both channels. The money is lagging on both channels. So they got to come up with some kind of new angle to get the money flowing again. So they got to just find something new that we're not used to. We're used to all of the toxic drama. Is this the new drama they're trying to put out there to solicit money? Part of me thinks so. But I'm also of the mind that Foodie being just this desperate and thirsty for Natter, that she would go into his chat for real and propose to him and ask her to marry her. I mean, ask him to marry her. You know, like it, you know, there might be a segment of truth in here somewhere. This might not be all an act. But yeah, imagine being such a desperate woman that you will go on somebody's live stream to propose to them. You won't do it in private, like at say at dinner or something. You're going to do it in front of everybody, maybe as a way to pressure them into saying yes. Yeah, this whole thing is just so messed up beyond words. And here's another act of desperation. On top of saying I love you and will you marry me, she says, I have the ring. You are buying your own ring again. Natter claims to be a real man, but yet it's Foodie buying her own wedding ring. Imagine. Sad, sad, sad. Another chat that she put forward is the Beezer Show wants to collab in Montreal sightseeing. We will pay you commission of $38.67. That's funny because remember the comment that I spotlighted in my React where somebody told her, you need to go to therapy. Her response was, buddy, I've only got $38.67. So obviously she's trolling with the $38.67 because we know you have more money than that, Foodie. You know, you were just putting that out there as a way to kind of money fish for anybody who might feel sorry for you, that you are so low on funds. And you're maybe trying to get people to send you money through PayPal, I think. Oh, here's another one. She's saying, claim me. Good night, love you all. The level of desperation and being thirsty with Chantal is off the charts. Asking him to marry her, telling him she's got the ring, telling him she loves him, and then saying, claim me. First you ask him to marry you, then you're demanding and say, claim me. Which is it? Are you proposing and giving the guy a choice, or aren't you? You're telling him to claim you in front of all these people. Haven't you learned, Foodie, that trying to pressure Natter into anything is not going to work? You tried to buy your own ring before and passed it off as you guys were engaged. And then when you got called out, you were all kinds of embarrassed because he wasn't going for it. Yeah, you did that. Again, ask him to collab with the Beezer Show. Okay, that's the last screenshot. I just want to get them all in there. Okay, so here's Miss Foodie. As I said, this was a short live, and I'm telling you guys, I looked all the way through it, trying to find spots where she wasn't eating with her mouth open, where she wasn't crunching her food, being gross. Couldn't find a single spot. I tried, I looked. I promise I looked. I swear I looked. It just wasn't happening. Shut up, Foodie. I don't want to hear you this morning. Too early for you. You be quiet over there. All right. So let's look at the comments for the hot dog yuck bong. Lindsay says, Beatus Knuckles coming in nice and out of breath from eating. Another amazing sign you are the epitome of health. Well, I'll tell you what. Her health is not going to get any better. Now the nasties are back. She's been dying for those nasties to come back. And she will eat 2, 3, 4 of them at a time and consume thousands of calories every time she does. So I look forward to the weight gain arc, Foodie, because that's what's coming. Now that you've got your nashies, we know what's going to happen. You're going to go overboard with those stupid things. We're going to get sick of seeing them real fast. Because once you fixate on a food, you'll keep at it for months. And those are very high calorie sandwiches. You're going to be gaining a lot of weight in the next few months. Estelle Percival says, I want to go to Montreal tomorrow. Chantal, leave them be. She won't, though. She won't. She desperately wants Natter. and she's been trying to figure out a way to get Natter all to herself. And I'm pretty sure she's figured out that renting motel rooms can be very, very expensive. Even the Nights Inn motel that they were at, if she tried to pay the rent for that motel room for a month, that would be more than the rent at the villa. So maybe that's why she came up with the idea of renting a studio apartment, because that could be a place for Natter to live and it wouldn't be nearly as expensive. And maybe in the future, the two of them could live together. And I give my blessing to that. I do. I give my blessing for them to get married and move in together. And I hope they live stream the entire thing, because the fireworks are going to go off. The fights are going to happen. The drama is going to be there. That's going to be some amazing, juicy content. Foodie, please put the ring on the man's finger. Walk down the aisle. Move in. Do it. Please. We reactors, we want that juicy footage. You're not giving us anything on your own with your eating and going to sleep and farting and burping and crapping your pants. Juicy content is always welcome over here. Summer Flower says, I was wondering why she's been trolling so hard and doing a lot of extra for her feeders the past few days, and I just realized payday is almost here. Yeah, you know what? I've been saying it. Foodie's been slacking with her lives. She's been doing the bare basic minimum, doing an hour, sitting down, eating. As soon as she's done, she runs over to Natter's. I'm sure Natter had something to say about that. I'm sure he noticed the difference in money that she gave him this month. And he pretty much told her, look, you want to keep seeing me? You need to stay your butt home, put those hours in, do those lives, and earn that money, or else I'm going to be very, very unhappy with you. And you know what happens when I'm unhappy. When I'm unhappy, I won't see you. So take your butt home, log in all day, do live streams all day, and make that Google AdSense money. If that's all you can make that money. So now she sits home all day, all night, 5, 6 live streams a day. Yeah, he's making her do that. She's not doing that by choice, y'all. She's not doing those live streams because she's enjoying it or because she wants to talk to people. She's got to get that money if she wants to get that man. Too Tired to Care says, I am so glad you can't have children and forget about adoption. No agency would ever place a child with you. Love that for you. Yeah, I'm sure adoption agencies, they got very strict criteria. They check your background. They check your income. They go in deep detail about what job you have, when you get paid, criminal records, the whole 9 yards. Chantal would never pass for adoption. Never. And because of the fact that she's such an irresponsible person, to the point where she can't even take care of herself, I'm glad she doesn't have kids either. If she can't take care of herself or her pets, she doesn't need children. She just doesn't. You have to be a responsible, upstanding person to be a good parent. Honeybee says, oh, he will keep her around long term, provided she keeps the money flowing. I've been saying that. Natter is that person. As long as Chantal has money in pocket, he'll keep her in his back pocket and bring her out when necessary, or bring her out when she's got the money, and then put her back in the pocket when she's broke. If all the food he had in her pocket was $50, you can be sure that Natter is going to be right there to take it. And when she reaches that point, when she is broke, she's not got a single cent more to her name. She's got nothing to sell, nothing to pawn. That's when he'll take off. The only things that are going to separate Chantal and Natter are the words, I'm broke, or he finds some greater sugar mama who's much less of a hassle, or something happens to either one of them to where they cannot physically be together. Laura Land says her VIBs are as effed up as she is, trying to make her think Natter blushed when he saw her insane messages. Natter does not love her and she does not love him. This is all about her trying to prove her desirability to the rest of the world, and when Natter rejects her, it's just a reminder of how repulsive she is in every way. Yeah, like I said, Chantal's weird. She's weird. On one side, she tries to paint the picture of having many men chasing her, talking to many different men, and at the same time, she's running after this loser with no money. You know, make it make sense. What femme fatale that's so highly desired would be running after a crackhead, paying his bills and paying his rent, and begging him to marry her, to the point where she's saying, I want you to marry me. I bought the ring. Now claim me. That doesn't sound like somebody who's highly desired. That sounds like somebody who is not desired, and they're looking at this crackhead and going, you're my last resort. I want a relationship. And because you're my last resort, there is no one else. It has to be you. You have to say yes. Natter did not blush when she was doing all those crazy messages. You know what he was doing? He was probably giggling and chuckling to himself and thinking to himself, she is so sad. This woman is chasing me around and all I want is her money. He was laughing at her inside of his head. Janet Peterson, I was actually interested in listening to you for the first time in a week until 10 minutes, 3 seconds. I want to go to Montreal tomorrow. Put your song Pathetic on repeat. Are you kidding me? Chantal would live in Montreal if she could. If she had the funds to move there, she'd move there. The only thing keeping her in Ottawa is the fact that she doesn't have the funds to be there. If she could get away with just leaving the Villa to Pete's and paying the rent and moving to Montreal, moving in with Natter, she'd do it in a heartbeat. The only thing stopping her is lack of money. She would go there tomorrow if she could. Not a fan says 13 minutes, 8 seconds. When you say, I want the whole rest of my life to be like the Toronto trip forever, that literally gives the same name vibes to normal people as someone saying, I want to spend the whole rest of my life in a torture chamber forever. It legit makes you sound crazy, like you're longing to condemn yourself to hell. Do yourself and us a favor and keep things like that to yourself. Write them down and tell them to your therapist, like I was mentioning before. You know, someone like Chantal, she's romanticizing everything between her and Natter. When you're around an awful person and you have feelings for them and you're not willing to face reality, you will be nostalgic and you will romanticize things that have no business being romanticized. You know, you're thinking about the good times and the things you did together and how wonderful it was. And oh, you want that again. You're not going to think about the bad stuff. You're not going to think about anything bad that happened or any fights or arguments. Your mind will always choose to go to that nice little pink room in your head where all those good memories are. And you'll start looking through all the different pictures and photos and memories of things that happened. And you'll stay in that little room and you won't venture to the next room next to it of all the bad stuff that happened with those good things. You know, like a lot of bad stuff happened, but Chantal is ignoring the blue room and sticking to the pink room because she desperately wants to believe that everything can work out with Natter, that one day they can be romantic, they can be together, and it just ain't gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Mandy Valdez says this girl can literally do anything and there would still be a ton of people paying her. You know what though, Mandy? The number is dropping. Chantal actually complained recently. She goes, "Where is everybody? I've only got 500 viewers." Chantal, you're lucky you have that. You are so lucky to have that right now. And I wish that you could sit in our chairs, us reactors. I wish you could sit in our chairs day after day watching your footage, get a different perspective. Because if you could look at things with fresh eyes, see yourself from a different point of view, you would see how boring you are, how boring your footage is, how toxic, how dark. And you might look at yourself and go, wow, I'm a real idiot. And this is boring. I mean, really? People are watching me eat with my mouth open? How gross. But the problem is, you can only see things from your point of view. You're on the inside looking out, we're on the outside looking in. We've got a wider point of view than you do. You've got the point of view of, I'm a superstar and I'm somebody and I'm a mini celebrity. No, you're not. You're someone on YouTube turning on their camera, eating a bunch of fast food, gaining a bunch of weight, bragging about things that would embarrass other people, creating a brand and an image for yourself that no big company would ever want to touch. Nobody's ever going to sponsor you. Your channel is never going to grow. You're never going to reach 100K like you've been wanting for the longest. You're never going to get that silver YouTube play button plaque like you've been wanting. A lot of things are out of your reach just because you keep clinging to the negative and the negative image, and you're not going to do anything to change it. But it's your channel, it's your life, carry on. I'm just here to document the train wreck as it happens. Angie Martinez says, why would you want to be back with a man that hit you, degraded you on his own and with his new girlfriend or whatever Dee Dee was, and never claimed you as his girlfriend? You may have a lot of flaws, but nobody deserves that crap, honestly. You know what, Angie? I'm sorry. I'm just going to say it. I think the DVSA stuff, she said herself, Chantal admitted when it comes to the essay, she said she exaggerated that. If essay is real, who does that? Who exaggerates claims of essay? That's diabolical. That is evil to make claims of essay and then turn around months later after much pressuring and dodging and weaving of the truth and prodding, and you say, oh, I exaggerated. So she went from claiming all kinds of things that Nader did, and now she's come down off that mountain a little bit. She's halfway there saying, I exaggerated. If people keep poking at her, you know what else is going to happen? She's going to confess to everyone that she straight up lied. She straight up lied. I think she lied about all of it. To get attention, to get sympathy, to get those super chats. That's just my opinion. But this is what I'm talking about, though. Everybody looks at Chantal as the victim. Oh, Nader's a bad guy. He's taking advantage of her. Can I please remind everyone? He doesn't steal the money from Chantal. He doesn't take money out of her purse by force. He doesn't do it at gunpoint. She gives him money. To give him money, she has to get the money in her bank. She has to take it out of the bank and give it to him. He is not taking it by force. She has a choice to give it to him or not. So she willingly, knowingly, and eagerly gives him that money. And she's not a victim because, yes, he's a grifter, but so is she. She gets on YouTube, does nothing, and expects people to pay for nothing. She makes promises of giving something in return, but she never follows through. Therefore, she's a grifter. So they're both equally rotten and putrid. Cherry Method says, as riveting as it is to watch you eating 2 hot dogs, the Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard trial is still more interesting. You should watch it, Chantal. You might prefer it to your content. Yeah, the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial is very interesting. Anything's more interesting than Chantal. I could go outside and watch the grass grow, and it would be highly entertaining next to Chantal's content and far less toxic. Plus, the big bonus is I get to go outside and touch grass. That's always a good thing. In the Midnight Hour says, beyond disgusting, you're the pride of the family, no doubt. And no, he did not blush. If he did it, it was from pure embarrassment. That man wants nothing to do with you except for money here and there. Stay delusional. Yeah, the VIBs were putting the battery in the back with Chantal, saying, oh, look, he's blushing for you. No, he was probably just embarrassed because Chantal was being so forward in the chat. And he didn't know what to say. He didn't know what to say because payday's almost here. He's got to remain on good terms with her. So he's got to watch his mouth until the 23rd, I think it is. I think that's when she gets paid. And then once he gets that money from her, then I'm sure they're going to have a fight. That's the way he handles Chantal. Like butter her up, make her happy. Once he gets that money, purposely pick a fight to make her go away. See, grifters like that, they know how to push certain buttons to get certain responses that work in their favor. They will push certain buttons to make you feel a certain way if they want money to get it out of you, and they'll push other buttons to make you go away when they feel like making you go away. Nab says, this is the equivalent of a donkey show, and everyone is okay with it because that's what's bringing in the cash, and they aren't the ones under the donkey. Well, that's an interesting comment, Nabs. Silver Sparkle says he doesn't want to be seen with you in public, and you think he wants to marry you? Chantal is over there. She wants him to claim her. She wants him to do things with her. And yet, she goes in her bedroom. She eats her nashies. She wallows around in all the filth. She won't take a shower. Her hygiene is so bad, she's carrying around a drugstore of Vagisil products in her purse. And she wonders why he won't go out in public with her. She has problems just walking short distances. She can't even climb up the flight of stairs without huffing and puffing. And she wonders why he won't go anywhere with her. I don't get that. For all the devotion and love that she has for this man, and she just still hasn't gotten it, that if you want to be with this dude and you see that a clean house is important to him, being clean is important to him, his house where he lives doesn't have mounds of trash or box mountains or rotting food or fruit flies. You would think if you walk in a man's house and you like that man, you observe how they live, and then you go home and you mirror the same environment. He's got a clean house, you have a clean house. He wears clean clothes, you wear clean clothes. He takes a shower, you take a shower. See how that works, Chantal? You see what's important to the other person, and if that's going to be your partner for life, or you're trying to make them your partner for life, you observe what's important to them, and if you're not that way, you compromise by kind of holding yourself to that standard, so at least, they'll have conversations with you. But you're not willing to go out there and exercise, walk around. You don't want to do anything. You don't want to leave the house. You don't even want to be clean. Why would he claim you? You want to be with Natter. Fix your dirty, stinky, nasty self. And for God's sake, woman, go to the doctor, get some antibiotics, and fix your female parts. Okay? Because that's the only way that's going to happen. You can use all the perfumes and colognes and Vagisil cleansers all you want. But girl, all you're doing is throwing perfume on a mass of garbage. And you can spray all the perfume on the garbage that you want, but after a while, it's still going to smell. The only way it's going to stop smelling is if you fix the problem. Go to a clinic, get some antibiotics, fix that mess. Then you won't have to spend like $100 in Vagisil stuff every month. Toddy Strawberry says she really has ballooned in weight. Every time I check in, she is stuffing some sort of processed food down her trap. What a complete mess. Well, Toddy is about to really go into overdrive. Her favorite sandwich is back, the Nashies. And each one of those sandwiches is 800 calories. And Chantal will eat 2 or 3 at a time. Yes, she'll sit down and consume 1,600 calories in one sitting. That's not counting the rest of the food and the drinks that she consumes during the day. I'm a normal adult woman. An entire day's worth of calories for me would be about 1,800 to 2,000 calories, depending on how active I am. And she will eat that for one meal. And she's not active, so she's going to balloon up even further and a lot faster. This is not here, says she's making disgusting noises because that is what the feeders want and enjoy. Yeah, and that's a big reason why I am not showing the footage, because I see it for what it is. This live stream was all about catering to the feeders. Let me sit down, eat food all messy. Let me suck on my fingers. The burping, chewing with her mouth open, all of that was for the feeders, all of it. You guys don't need to see all that gross stuff. And I don't want to trigger anybody who might have a problem with food. We don't need to go there. Kieran of Earth says, go ahead, marry him. Seems like you need to learn the hard way. Yeah, she does. That's the only way she's going to learn. That's the only way that fantasy in her head is going to break down, is if reality hits her real hard. She ain't going to listen to nobody. Nobody can tell her different. She's got to find out the hard way. That's the only way Miss Hard-Headed Scamtell is going to learn. By letting her have what she wants. And then when she has what she wants, she'll figure out, you know what? I wanted this, but it wasn't what I thought it was. And then she'll finally get the message. Let's see. Harley Girl says orange soda, lies. She doesn't drink gas station orange soda. Close your mouth, Buffalo. Hey, there's nothing wrong with orange soda. I like cream soda myself. Oh, look at this. Mia says, love she's posting comments on other YouTube channels now to bring in more people. Yeah, Chantal's been kind of on a campaign to promote herself. Once upon a time, all she needed was the reaction channels. You know, by reacting to Chantal, we were spreading her name on YouTube. But some reaction channels have kind of backed off from reacting to her as much. And I'm sure she's noticed the change in views and how people super chat her. So now she's like reaching out to other places and other people to get promotion, like going on RSN, Real Stream News, doing stuff over there. And of course, RSN is eager to have her because that's cross promotion for him and his channel. You know, the more views, the merrier. But she's also on Nadars' channel talking there. I mean, so sad, Chantal. Once upon a time, all you needed was the reaction channels. Now you're having to get out there and promote yourself for the first time in years. Good luck with that. Dion Fontenot says, you're going to be an old lonely cat lady. Don't you worry. Anyone who's okay with someone she says she loves to the world, but the other party natter won't admit or show you the same respect. He only wants to keep you hidden for his own personal financial gain, and is okay with you looking like a stalker, crazy mental patient. Oh, and who does bring Dee Dee out and smiles and laughs and lives with her, not behind the scenes, but in front of all of social media? Look, people say something they need to get what they want from someone. And the word I love you doesn't mean nothing to some people. They use it to get what they want for that moment. I see you're going to have to learn the hard way. This is your karma. You hurt and cheated on good men. Now you want to be a good woman to a man who is playing you. Sad but true. Stop fooling yourself. This is your reality this moment. Only you can change it. Yeah, I've been saying for the longest, I think Natter is her walking karma for all the wrong she's done to the men that she cheated on, that she was in relationships with, to the hurt that she's given her family, the embarrassment that her family has had to endure, friends that she's betrayed. He is her walking karma. Natter, even though he's a man, he is exactly like her. And when she looks at Natter, she is literally looking in the mirror as far as the same personality, the same way of treating people, the same outlook on life, the same lack of empathy. He is her reflection. And if she looks at him and she does not like what she sees, well, she needs to understand that's what other people see. That's what other people have to deal with when they deal with her. And maybe that's the reason why he was brought into her life as a life lesson. Like, you're a rotten person. You need to change. You need to get your act together. Will she learn this lesson? I don't think so, but you never know. Fibonacci fan says you made Jodi Arias look like a nun, Chantal. Seriously. People talking about her eating. Articuno Revolution play in fun senses. I feel sad for you. You must have had a lot of abuse and neglect as a young child to be so fixated with someone like Natter. He is a grifter. You are a willing victim. I'm going to say this to you. Y'all are seeing half the picture over there. She's a grifter too. Don't just look at him and saying he's the bad guy. She's a bad person too. She's just as bad as he is, if not worse. He's working Chantal, but she works her entire audience. She works thousands of people every day. She's not a willing victim. She is a willing participant. Let's get the language straight. She's not a victim. She tries to paint the picture as being a victim, but she's not a victim. She's a willing participant of this game. As a matter of fact, she is the employer of Natter, who's the employee in this game. She's the one orchestrating this whole thing. Chantal has gone on record saying she wanted her own reality show. Well, she made her own version on YouTube. And on reality shows, you need plot lines, you need story arcs, you need actors. She brought all of that in to make money and for Natter to make money. So she's planned all this crap. She's always trying to think of ways to get more money out of people, to get people triggered and concerned and throwing that money out there for her. Well, everybody's caught on to the game now. So now her and Natter have to go back to the drawing board and figure out something new because everybody is used to all the old stuff that's been played out 1,000 times. So she's not a victim. Don't get it twisted. This woman is not a victim. She's not helpless. She's not stupid. Well, she's stupid in some ways, but not when it comes to making money. She's very diabolically smart when it comes to money. She even figured out how to make money off of negative things versus positive things, and a lot of it. She's not a victim. By looking at Chantal as a victim, by looking at her that way, you feel sympathy for her. Don't feel sympathy. Don't. Because she's got all kinds of resources, time, money, people willing to help her, and she's not doing anything to improve her life. She's not a victim. People talking about her eating with, there's so many people raging in the comments about her eating so sloppy because she was eating with her mouth open. It was gross. Absolutely gross. Magulator says, wakey, wakey. It's time you put all your VIB and Super Chat money to good use and drive to Montreal to write your master a love nest. Hurry up. Time is wasting. Oh, trust me, she'll be up early. If they're going house hunting, she has to be up early. I hope it happens. I hope he does get a place and we see her over there. I really do. We need some different content around here. Let's see. Mama J says, losing numbers left and right. I love that for you. I love that for her too. I'm pooping right now, says JFC, all you do is stuff your face. Yep, because she's catering to the feeders. That's her content now. Catering to the feeders. She's not just doing mukbang content, y'all. She is catering to the feeders. That's a whole different deal. Getting on YouTube and just eating a meal is one thing, but purposely doing content to cater to the feeder fetish people so that they'll send you extra money on PayPal because your broke ass don't have any because you spent it all. That's what Chantal's doing. Sweet with a pinch of sour says, would you like me to tell you why men and women find you revolting, or are you going to block? Wow. Andrea Loves Cat says, you keep losing subscribers, almost 500 in a few days. Love that for you. You know, her channel, her choice. She did this to herself. You know, I can't feel sorry for her. People have warned her. She watches the reaction channels. We've all been saying her channel is tanking. So it's not like she's unaware. She's very much aware. She just doesn't give a crap. She just does not give a crap about all of it. She wants her channel to tank. That's her decision. Let's see. A lot of people are going off in the comments about her eating, saying how disgusting it is. Well done, Marie. Marie F says, what? No relish? Yeah, Chantal, did you forget about the relish? Oh, the relish rage. Somebody send her a whole bunch of relish and watch her go off. Oh, what a way to end this react. That was a good comment. Thank you, Marie. Thank you for making me laugh this morning. All right, guys. I think that'll do it for the react to this live stream comment section. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. And if you have, please like and subscribe and leave a comment yourselves. Thank you very much. And I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Please take care of yourselves and smile today. Bye-bye.